shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And today we got a couple of topics that we want to talk about. We want to get into these topics because we got a prophecy to handle. We got a scandal to handle. We got a situation that we gonna handle. We got some stuff that's happening in Japan. And I'm telling you, Xbox is here for you, my man. We are going to get into these topics. Now, first and foremost, I know y'all been seeing XWO. Why none of y'all boneheads told me that my man 100 had a show called XWO? So from now on, I took that out of the store. Bang, boom, done. Why? Because my boy was doing that first. He said he was doing it first, so it's whatever it is, what it is. But it doesn't stop the fact that my creative nature has got that and brought that to you from NWO, from Wolfpack, from wrestling, from WCW. That was, my favorite time, WWE and all that other stuff. So anyway, from going on forward, that stuff is being fixed up right now. So it's going to be called XNWO, Xbox New World Order. We on deck. All right. So that's for the public service announcement. That's for the, I can't put the image up here because it's being still crafted. But yeah. Bro. Life is life. That's what we do. If I rock with you, you rock with me. We rocking together. That's what it be. No disrespect. No stepping on toes. We're in this YouTube space. We ain't foes, bro. We just friends. Dudes be getting it mixed up. It ain't like that. I got a $10,000 pinball machine that's here for you to see. Check it out. Beautiful. It's nice. It's $10,000. Do you want it? X-Men. Do you like X-Men? X-Men is dope. I collect stuff. I won't be collecting this. Even though I was a pinball wizard back in the days in the arcade, I would have loved something like this in my house, to have a Sentinel that can actually, the head pops up and Magneto does the body grab and all this other stuff, and Wolverine slashing and the Sentinel breaking the bridge, multiple pathways, top, bottom, and then you can go along the back. Pause. For some other stuff that's over there. I think the pinball machine is incredible. I think that's the pinnacle of pinball machines now. I mean, if you can go back in the days and let these dudes know what we had coming out, what was in store, this would have blew your mind. I'm not gonna lie. So this is just not anything that's on my radar. Now, maybe one day, when I get to a situation where I am comfortable enough to splurge on such things like, pre-COVID stuff, then it'll happen. But for now, it's just something that I can look at and see, and I can talk about later. Ubisoft pressured. This is crazy. Ubisoft is being pressured to go private as share prices continue to fall. And from what I'm reading from this stock thing today on Monday, it fell to its 10-year low. It's kind of crazy. Ubisoft is facing pressure from the investors to take the company private as the shares continue to fall on the London Stock Exchange. Less than a week after the shares of Ubisoft fell to a 10-year low due to the reception of Star Wars Outlaw, an investor in the company is making a public push for the company to be taken private. This has led to shares falling even further down. It's £13.66 as of the close of Monday. This is around the time acquisitions happen. Remember what happened with ABK. I think a larger entity steps in and purchases them.
Why are you smiling at me like that? I see. You're a little strange, but cute.
The tricky thing about Ubisoft is the Gilmont family, the East Gilmont family, and Tencent. It's dropped down to an incredible low. They would love for it to be trading at 45 to 46 pounds. It's trading right now roughly, I think, at 16 pounds, 13 to 16 pounds, something like that. It's it was fluctuating, you know. I think at the close of the day, I think it was like, anyway, 16. It sucks to see them in this area, right? But some of the investors are voicing opinions about Ubisoft, and I think that is poised to get worse. With Assassin's Creed launching, is that the nail that precipitates the sale, divestiture, or partnering up with larger entities to mitigate loss and to split up assets and IPs? I don't know what the future holds for Ubisoft, but as Xbox Frontline News, you heard me. Hey, big head, what are you doing? You got nothing to do tonight? I know, you look like you can't get your hair and nails done. And some dudes may say, that's simp talk. Nah, that's player game talk, boy. If you're investing in a female, go ahead and invest in her. If you're investing in a male, go invest in a male. Do whatever you're going to invest in. Invest in the love of your life. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to tell you, don't be afraid to invest in a situation where it's equally beneficial and profitable for yourself, you know, and others. So Ubisoft is in a bind. Microsoft has that dime. Hey, man, it ain't called tricking if you got it, baby. I'm just saying. $1 trillion company. Shares selling at 500 plus. And what can only be the innards of the new Xbox handheld, AMD's Ryzen Z2 Extreme will hit the next-gen gaming handhelds in 2025. The AMD Ryzen Z1 and Z1 Extreme chips power this generation's popular ROG Ally Legion Go gaming handhelds, while the less potent and custom siblings of the chip shines and Valve Steam Deck. I happen to love the Steam Deck myself. I'm just saying. With Intel's Luna, look at this crap. Get your behind out of here, you butt face. Luna Lake chips now unveiled. The driving hard for the handheld consideration. The world is wondering, when is the rising Z2 chip coming? At IFA 2024, AMD told PC World's Adam Patrick Murray to expect the chip to arrive sooner than later. We've got our Z1 Extreme and we've got our Z1 in the market today, right? Matt Yusing, AMD Senior Director of Product Management, told the PC World, Z2 is in the works. We're working with a number of partners across the OEM ecosystem on that, and it will be coming to the market probably in early 2025. AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme. I believe that's going to be the insides of the Xbox handheld in 2026. To go with the marketing rights of the best way to play it, Grand Theft Auto 6. So the most extreme handheld, most demanding handheld will be backed by the most extreme and demanding game. The next generation starts and ends with Xbox. Get ready, get set. In 2026, I tell you, go!
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes! Yes!
People said that Microsoft wasn't going to the Tokyo Game Show. Well, hold my beer. Microsoft has announced plans for the Tokyo Game Show 2024, including a main event on September 26th. Microsoft has confirmed its plans for the Tokyo Game Show this year, and the company is teasing that there will be news about games coming to Xbox Game Pass. Ooh-wee! Microsoft at the 2024 TGS broadcast takes place Thursday, September 26th, beginning at 7 p.m. local time in Japan. That works out to 3 a.m. PT, 6 a.m. ET, and 11 a.m. UK. Be careful. We warmly welcome players around the world to tune in and share the content from Xbox Game Studios, Activision, Blizzard Entertainment, and Bethesda. We will also showcase an exciting lineup of games from third-party partners, primarily based in Japan and across Asia, including games coming from Xbox coming to Game Pass. Microsoft said, "This is incredible news. I'm telling you people, I'm 98% right all the time. And when I told you the whole slate at Square is showing up, I mean the whole slate."
This year's Tokyo Game Show, anything Final Fantasy related, as B. Martin says?
I don't have a huge amount of information about what to expect there. I think, like I was talking about before, how I'd heard that there were going to be execs there, and that's all I'd heard at the time. I didn't realize like it was going to be a full-blown show they were putting on. So my thought process was like, okay, maybe they're going to be there with Square Enix to announce something Final Fantasy related. I do think that we are going to get something Final Fantasy related. I've heard that the whole slate's on the docket, including Final Fantasy 7 and 16 and Pixel remasters. So like there was a lot of people were wondering, like, has Sony locked down Final Fantasy 7 forever? I've heard that is not the case, and that Final Fantasy 7 will eventually come to Xbox. I don't know when it will, and I don't know if it will be in the first wave. What I would personally expect is that you'll probably be able to expect Pixel remasters and maybe Final Fantasy 16 initially. I think like for Square Enix right now, Final Fantasy 16 is more relevant than Final Fantasy 7 Remake, and they can't really. There's something they need to work out when it comes to Final Fantasy 7 Remake, is because it's like you got Remake and then it's into Rebirth, right?
Yeah.
You can't release them. You've got to. There's a bit more thought process to go in there with how you release those games on Xbox, I think, and maybe there is still some exclusivity stuff around Rebirth, especially because they're
gonna do something, and they're gonna announce it. So I thought they was gonna do something small, but from what I'm hearing, they're doing something big. And all right. So here's what I heard.
Okay.
All right, and this is not something. Take this with a grain of salt. What they're going to show at the Tokyo Game Show is going to be all their partners that's all in the Eastern market in Asia, all of that stuff. That's encompassing Black Myth Wukong. So everybody wants a date for Black Myth. You're going to have a date. I'm not saying Black Myth is inside Game Pass. If it's inside Game Pass, y'all will not get me off of Twitter. Y'all will not get me off of YouTube. Y'all dudes just might as well delete your account and just move to Alaska. And just delete your channel, because I'm popping in your channel. I'm doing all type. I'm asking you for a link. I'm pulling up to your house, knocking on your door with my phone in my hand, asking for a link. And you can ask how I found where you live. But I heard the whole slate from Square.
The whole slate, including like 7.
The whole slate.
I mean, 7 make. Sorry.
Whatever they don't have, new JRPGs, the whole slate. So whatever contracts y'all think y'all know, whatever you think you know, I heard that's BS. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm from the show me state. You got to show me you got bread for you get in the club. I don't believe you. Right? So when the game show comes up, yeah, cool. We'll see. But I know Square's going to be there in a big way. I already know they got Visions of Mana. I don't know if they hold visions of man and say, boom, it's going inside Game Pass. I don't know, right? I don't know if they say Final Fantasy 16, boom, is inside Game Pass. I don't know that. I don't know if they say Final Fantasy 16 is at full price and that old ass game, Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Final Fantasy Rebirth, is inside Game Pass and double will bang you. I don't know if that's what they do.
Ken, what if he gets Forspoken?
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it because I bet you those dudes right now take Redfall as much as they tell you that they won't.
Right.
I bet you down. I don't believe anything anybody says anymore because they're liars, right? Because the fact is, when they put those 4 stimmies over there, those dudes were saying, "Nah, we don't want Xbox games." For years, they've been saying this. So the lie detector detected that's a lie because all 4 generals told you that they have that game. Plenty of times, to be bold is to be talked down upon, disrespected, called a liar, called a buffoon, called all types of different things. Sometimes in being bold, brash, loud, combative, you are often shunned by the insecure individuals that feel threatened by your presence, threatened by your brashness, threatened by your boldness, threatened by your aggressiveness, because either they see something that scares them or something that they can never be. I was always encouraged as a kid to be the best that I could be, who I'm going to be, and never talked down upon. I was always told that whatever it is that you see, you can achieve it. All you have to do is put your mind to it. And when you put your mind to it, all things are possible. So, I've done that. I've done that in this space. I've done that when individuals probably felt that certain things couldn't be achieved. They discredit you. I was told today that my subs was purchased. I'm like, damn, that's kind of crazy. First, I wouldn't know where to go to. And second, that's not in my character. What you're trying to do is trying to portray my character as something less than. Maybe that's something that's inside your character. But I've brought news to the table on plenty of occasions just to be overlooked, dismissed, and set aside because they felt that my antics is either too over the top or too braggadocious. It's not bragging if it's right. You just don't like how I'm styling on you. But I'm going to give you some for instances in which stuff was said by me and stuff was said by others, and it is what it is. But the best part about it is me and individuals have the same information because we're in the same rooms talking to the same people doing the same things. And the best part of me is I respect each and every last one of my colleagues because they respect me. At least forward facing, right? But I said the whole slate. Let's talk about it. Ahead of the announcement of the PlayStation 5 Pro, Sony quietly increases the price of the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller worldwide. Sony has quietly bumped up the price of the standard PlayStation 5 DualSense controller worldwide despite no public announcement from the company. A myriad of retailers including Sony's own PlayStation Direct, increase the price of the all DualSense colorways by $5 today, September 9th. That's crazy. Target, Best Buy, Amazon all saw price rises too. The standard DualSense in white, Star Blue, Galactic Purple, Cosmic Red, and Midnight Black. Gray Camouflage now costs $75 instead of $69.99, $70. While the more expensive colorways, including Sterling Silver, Cobalt Blue, Volcanic Red, have increased to a whopping $80 instead of the $75. The increase has been seen elsewhere in the world too, including a 5-pound raise and 10 in Australia. This is insane. This is absolutely insane.
Does it get frustrating when that seems?
Yes, it does. I'm fucking tired of this shit. Fucking tired of this bullshit. It's been 7 fucking years of the same shit. Tired of this shit.
Sony goes and raises the prices on these controllers ahead of the launch of the PlayStation 5 Pro. And I think this is going to be systemic of all the price hikes that they're going to do over the boards. I think they're going to put a $5 tax on everything peripheral-wise going forward. The Portal might see a $10 increase. Well, they did do the accessories and stuff not too long ago. I know that disk drive is going to get hit because the disk drive is necessary. Nothing pro-consumer. Everything seems to be at the detriment of the little guy. Everything seems to be more and more impactful and game prohibiting when it comes to you extending yourself in this area. It doesn't turn into you establishing a beachhead when it comes to deals, get back, and it's just more of gimme. Mine. How much do you have? How much do you have? How much can I get? How much can I squeeze? So when Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, first of his name, told you we can either squeeze the fan base or try to look at other avenues of making income, dudes looked at him and thought he was wrong. A lot of this stuff is coming to pass. Like when Phil said there won't be no mid-gen refresh. Because at this moment, Xbox will be competing with themselves in terms of power. So the PlayStation 5 Pro is just getting up to the power spec of the Xbox Series X. And then you raise the price to do what? You wasn't selling consoles at that rate anyway. To just form a niche would just be more detrimental. So I'm just baffled at the moves that Sony's making, because it makes it more difficult to defend practices that are actually harmful to the consumer. And they're doing this repeatedly. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Put your hard hats on, boys. It's game time. Now, I remember when all you dudes was running around here talking about how much that PlayStation 5 Pro would be. And I told you, you don't know the king, because I'm going to do something that has never been done in history. I was going to spin it around. I was going to twist it up. I was going to throw it in the air and let that mystery drop and stay right there. So me and my boy Sovereign, we made a bet over a year ago. And I told him that the PlayStation 5 was going to be the PlayStation 5 Pro was going to be $700. I also said, and before this generation started, that you might as well put an ATM slot on the side of that PlayStation 5 because they're going to be running your pockets. I'm 98% right all the time. But just if you think I'm capping, I also said that the PlayStation 5 Pro will be $799. Now you saying, King, that's different from $700. That's the digital, you monkey. You want a disk drive? You want a kickstand? Talk to your boy. $799, B. Don't believe me? Show them the videotape. So, and then they have the Series S, and but yo. I got a theory right now, and if I'm right, I think this is what Matt Booty was talking about when they talk about spending them out of business. All right, let's get into this. So the wild theory that I got, right? Now imagine this is what Matt Booty's whole grand scheme is. So you see these consoles that's coming out, and I don't understand why the price is $600. Like, I'm just like, y'all bugging. Like, get out of here. Y'all bugging, right? $600. But what if that price was the dummy move, like the fake out? Like, what if Xbox could have sold it for $5, but say, yo, let's put it for $6. We ain't worried about sales anyway. Let's just put it for $6 so we can mess them up. So they know that they can't put out the PlayStation 5 Pro for too little because it got to look like a premium price console, right? Hear me out. Now, they already said they got 2 terabit. And now the latest information that I heard was the PlayStation 5 Pro is supposed to have 2 terabit. Now, maybe if they make them jump to add that extra terabit to it, because maybe let's say they didn't want it. Maybe they wanted to do 1 terabit on. Now these dudes got 2 terabit. Damn. And we ain't that more powerful than them. But put the 2 terabit inside. Now, how much the price gonna be? $799. You think they're gonna go for an $800 console? Everybody want one, son. Everybody been talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro. Word. Yeah, man. Look at the blogs. Look at Twitter. Dudes is crazy. Serious? You think we can we can sell it for that price? On God, son. $799? They bite that, son. Word. All right. We up. Let's go do it. November. PlayStation 5 Pro, $799. Bam. Tell them the King got you. And guess who did that to you? Your boys over at Xbox. They locked you in the sand. Now you got to go get that money. Let's see how strong that brand is.
What?
The prophet of Xbox has spoken to you. What you need to know about the upcoming $700 PlayStation 5 Pro. The next update of the popular game console is a bit pricey for you, but it's more powerful. It also arrives in time for the holidays. Ooh, wee! Sony has done what they supposed to do. Make you spend more money, boo. They said, finally, September 10th, Sony dropped them bars and gave you what you've been asking for. A mid-gen cycle refresh. In short, the graphics look great, but it's not for everyone. So he said he had hands-on. It's a big graphically boosted piece of hardware that can keep up with PCs. Here we go. And then this dude even has the nerve to say They exceed them in some form or fashion. That's disingenuous, to say the least. Now, you see where I say here that that Xbox set the PlayStation's feet in the sand by announcing this console. We didn't understand why they was putting out these digital consoles, right? And this speckled 2 terabit console. It's all part of a bigger chess move. They understand that the Pro is coming. How can they counter the Pro? Well, they don't want to do a mid-gen refresh, but what we could do is a limited console with 2 terabit of RAM. The PlayStation Pro will have to meet that. My thought process thinking that the PlayStation Pro wanted to launch with 1 terabit and have you buy an SSD, put it inside. Now they have to launch with 2 terabit. They have to match. That raises the cost. That gives Xbox a distinct advantage at a lower price point. Because what you have to look at, this is an enthusiast item. And sure, you will get some stragglers that will go in and purchase. But those stragglers probably don't have the equipment to take advantage of this purchase. They're just impulse buying because maybe they have some extra cash at the time, or they're diehard fans that want to have their hands on the tech. But Microsoft is the reason why that price point is what it is. They locked Sony feet in the sand. Sony had to match the internals as far as the terabits go. And then, because they can't have the Series X have any superiority in any direction over the Pro, because it makes the announcement weaker. So they must show strength and dominance, but that comes at a price. Microsoft understood this and will allow them to sink their feet in the sand. And the game is on.
And the fact that you still stand here and you want to still do this just blows my mind. I don't get it. You can't beat me, Jay. Little Jay, you can't beat me. And I want to know what's going through your mind right now, because I don't understand the fact that you actually think that you can beat me.
And what can only be summed up as tone deaf, disrespectful, and just blatant disregard for the disenfranchised and the hurt. Former Sony president says thousands of laid off devs can go to the beach for a year. Don't blame the greedy execs. Things jump out in front of you and you deal with them just like any game. So get over it. And also one of his bombastic statements, he said, wow. The widespread layoffs in the games industry isn't derived from corporate greed that affected workers. Those affected workers should drive an Uber or go to the beach for a year until things turn around. This is Christopher Daring. Chris Daring. The most tone-deaf individual. I can't even express my level of disbelief in such dismissive comments. Basically telling you, go handle it the best you can, because we don't give a damn. And this is the X, because he's not the main. And what can only be summed up as hurtful, dismissive, but on brand. This has been on brand for the Sony ecosystem for such a long time. From the PlayStation 3 famous comment of you're going to need a second job for this PlayStation 3 because we don't give a damn at the $699 price base of how you're going to get it and how you're going to deal with it. Those tone deaf words almost sunk the PlayStation brand. There was almost no PlayStation 4. But the Hail Mary from the gods got the Xbox the red ring of death. If there's no red ring of death, I firmly believe the Xbox 360 goes on to be one of the most dominating consoles in gaming history and bridges the gap with the Xbox One and utterly shuts the door on the PlayStation 4 because Sony was in a different position at that point in time. They bet heavily on the cell processor, and that price point was an albatross around their neck because their hubris took them to heights of disrespect to their fan base that we are only recognizing now. We're only seeing now as exactly the Sony we know them to be, the Sony that I would bet my last buck on doing exactly what they're doing now with price points and raising controller prices and just like taking a packing game out of a $700 box, which is Astrobot, because they felt that they have enough control over the masses that they can fool you to a point that you will nominate a game to be Game of the Year that has regurgitated content and stolen characteristics and premises from other games to make some weird amalgamation of a game. They felt that they had enough people in positions of influence that those missteps can be overseen. They have the unmitigated gall to bring out that amalgamation of a game on a day that the worst performing game in the history of gaming was set out to pasture. 11 days. And Concord was cooked, baked, done, and delivered to the cemetery. But they said, don't look at that, look at this. So to give you something that I firmly believe in my heart was supposed to be the pack-in game for your PlayStation 5 Pro. I firmly believe that with every fiber of my being, because that's what that mascot was. That's what that mascot is. It ushers in the ability to use new technology in different ways while demonstrating how cool it can be in a game environment. That's what Astrobot is. So that's why we overlooked him before in the thought process of what he stole. Now, for it to be a paid-for product and to be left off the PlayStation 5 Pro enhancement list raises a different type of eyebrow. It changes the course of this conversation. This article just eloquates the thought process behind Sony's machine. By any means necessary, you guys will fit the bill. by any means necessary, they will never be pro-consumer. They have done absolutely nothing this generation to show you that they are pro-consumer, got your back, or are with you. Everything has been self-interest, self-motivated, self-preservation at all costs. And you are the cost.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ! That you're so innocent and pure, but it's bullshit!
Hashtag no PlayStation 6. We're going to run it up on these bums. You know how we do. This is it. The prophecy is going to be fulfilled November 7th. They are on an absolute path of destruction. Everything they touch turned to ish. It has been completely downhill since the Bungie deal. Jim was right to get out the time that he did get out. What is transpiring over at Sony is a free fall that they won't climb themselves out of soon. This is not the PlayStation 3 debacle. This is not an in-app Xbox, Microsoft with a hamstring issue with a 360 Red Ring of Death. No, this is a capable, battle-worn contender that smelled victory, that tasted the enemy's blood, and has built an arsenal that is more than formidable, and a war chest that is more than capable of going to war for a duration that would see it totally obliterate the now weary champion. The PlayStation 5 Pro, I told you, will be an albatross around the neck of Sony. I told you that machine will lead to the demise of all you hold dear. The fact is, a lot of you guys know it, see it, can't believe it, but don't run back and say, you called it, my G. I'm 98% right all the time. And I'm 98% right because I go and I fact check and I get the information. And I base my assessments off of that with also gut instinct and prediction of where I see the trends going, where the market is going. Sometimes I have a little insight from some other people, but the majority of the time I don't use that stuff because those things do not gain me wins. I'd rather lose on my own than take somebody's help that turns out to be wrong and it falls back on me. Now, I saw one dude say, why do I hate Sony so much? I don't. I don't like the toxic fanboys. I really don't. But the best of it is, I don't like what they turned into. And maybe this has always been Sony. Maybe this has always been them, because I do know that dudes giving Astrobot such a high score, knowing the glaring flaws and the things that go on, or in hopes of getting that golden ticket from Sony, being in their good graces. It's a little boys and girls club where they feel part of something successful because they feel that they can directly contribute to something that they love in order to help push it over the finish line. That thing don't love you back. It never did. It's hurtful. But you're going to have people sit here and say, Well, King, no corporation owes you anything, and you own no corporation your allegiance. Microsoft is useful for me. The moment they cease to be useful is the moment I cease to rock with them. But I don't believe that to be true from all the pro-consumer standpoints. Now, you might say they only had to do these pro-consumer things because they were losing the generation. But they did some stuff when they also have the ammo in order to pull in the next direction. Making Call of Duty available to everybody, same time, that's magnificent. Hold on, speaking of Call of Duty, didn't they drop something? Wait a second.
The entire team's gone dark. We'll split up. There may still be survivors. Let's move.
They shouldn't because ain't no such thing as half-created crooks. Scared to death and scared to look. They shouldn't because ain't no such thing as half-created crooks.
Camera up.
Scared to death and scared to move. I got to fuck off for realness. Movement. The infamous, you heard of us. Fishy Queen, crazy.
Rocket, come in.
Enemy movement. Also spotted.
Does anyone have eyes on him? Report!
Beware.
Come on.
To all the killers and the $100 billers. Telegram is who ain't got no feelings. No!
Everyone fall back! Repeat, fall back!
Every man for himself in his land, we begun it. So some get shot, locked down, and turn guns. Cowardly laws and straight up shit.
With my man Michael Myers in the new Call of Duty Haunting. This is only a prelude to what is to come for all you ponies. Xbox is gonna run it up on you bums. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know exactly how we do. With this Call of Duty multiplayer and a campaign that is set to send chills up your spine, Xbox is the best place to play. And if you didn't know, Michael Myers has told you so. Your boy Michael Myers is wild crazy, B. But yo, I love the fact that you guys rocked out with me. I love everybody that even, watched WBG. I want to give a shout out to my man Jez, my man Randall Thor. Go subscribe to their channels if you haven't. Go subscribe to my man Dirt channel if you haven't. We had a blast. I suggest you go watch the show. I see dudes on Twitter all upset because I said all the Final Fantasy games, the full slate is coming over. But when everybody else says it, you like it. But when this dude says it, it hurts your feelings in such a way. Was it that hold the line thing? Was it that? Did hold the line hurt you so bad? I need you to leave a comment. I need you to let me know how bad hold the line hurts you. Because what I need y'all to do is I need y'all to hold the line right now. I need y'all to hold the line for PlayStation because Kong is on his last legs. Kong is looking at his mortality. Y'all thought that console will come out for a good price to push the prices down on the existing consoles. No, stupid. They raised the prices on the existing console, gave you a high price on the Pro. Wow. And if you think that was greasy and dirty, they raised the price on the controller. And if you think that was slimy platform practices, well, check it out. There's weight, there's more. They raised the price on all accessories. Only 1% of you dudes purchased that Portal, so stop the cap. I see you, Christopher Hart. Shout out to you. It's getting tiresome beating y'all dudes like the way I am. It gets to the point where you look over and you be like, damn, how much can these dudes take? Pause. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you, man, it's so good and fun being me. Because I get a chance to spin the block on you monkey mouth dudes all the time. And I love it. I love being right. I love telling you a year ago what it was, and now you know. If you ain't going to give me my respect, then I got to take it from you. Because I want you, and I'm going to have you. Hashtag no Diddy. But there's also a hashtag no PlayStation. And that needs to catch on as much as Diddy Freak-Offs did. Pause. Well, this is the part in the video where I'm going to tell you to like, follow, and subscribe. And if you've seen anything in this video, which is a long video and is an amalgamation of another video that was a culmination of another video that is a mix-up to make this video kind of like Astrobot. And I like it. I got to stream that tomorrow. I have business meetings today, and I had some stuff I had to do today. And I was on this guy's show yesterday, so I'll probably stream it tomorrow on my Twitch channel. Go to King David ILP Twitch and follow me on Twitch. But yeah, I'm gonna throw that logo around Game Time. Character is your currency by my man Hip Hop Gamer. It's #1 seller children's books on Amazon. Surround yourself with individuals doing greater than yourself. Surround yourself with friends that you admire and friends that love you and admire you back. Surround yourself with people that have general concern and care for you. Every day is not promised. Every breath is not given. Humble yourself, because I guess it's sometimes I come off that I'm not humble. I truly believe in what I believe in. I truly believe in respect. I truly believe in honor. And I have integrity and morals. But at the end of the day, I'm human. So go get his book, because that's where that logo is going to go. And I'm going to play me some Space Marines too, because I really, really got to get into that game. I downloaded it and I really want to play it. I've been really busy between that and Astrobot. But I'm going to tell you, try to play the Game Pass.